Good evening and welcome everybody to ACMi sports coverage of girls varsity basketball. Tonight, your Arlington Spy Ponders square off against the Stoneham Spartans in the season opener for the Ponders. My name is Rob Anthony, and as always, I'm sitting alongside the coach, Scott Zwick. We're coming to you from the Bird's Nest, high above the southern sideline of the Kozlowski Gymnasium. We're on the campus of Arlington High School in what is affectionately known as the Red Gym. And Scott, the Ponders were 1-1 in the preseason, but their official record is 0-0 coming into this opener. Hope springs eternal this time of year. What can we hope to see from the Ponders in the home opener?
Hope certainly does spring eternal, and hope in this case is a heavy dose of full court defensive press, steals and deflections, and extraordinary effort from the Spy Ponders. Last year's team struggled. This year, freshmen have breathed new life into the program. They will start two: super sensational Ava Connolly and the magnificent, multi-talented Claire Ewan. Their emergence has allowed senior captain Ellie Damari to move from point guard to her more traditional position off the ball, and it has the Ponders sky high heading into opening night.
So that's good stuff, Coach, and let's talk about the Stoneham Spartans. They're coming off a disappointing season as well, but they opened up the season this week with a monster win against the XL Green Academy, 66-16. And it looks like they also have something to prove.
They sure do. Spartans will welcome new coach Angela Billings to Stoneham, and she got her club off to a strong start Tuesday with a 66-16 win over XL Green Academy of Boston. More known for learning about how basketballs are manufactured and marketed rather than tossing them in the baskets. It's a new day for both clubs, and I'm not sure each team is quite sure what to make of the other, so we'll take the ride with them to open the 2017-18 season.
Outstanding. So there it is. We have a renewed Spy Ponder team and a hungry Spartan team, and this should be a good one. So let's look at the starting lineups tonight for the Spartans, the Stoneham Spartans. We've got number 3, Jennifer Overland at guard. Number 12, Julia Ploward at guard. At forward, we have number 14, Meg Cleary. And at the other forward spot, we have Sydney Shepard Jr. And anchoring the club at center will be senior Caitlin Driscoll. And for the Spy Ponders, starting at point guard is freshman Ava Connolly, number 4. Starting at guard will be senior Ellie Dennery. Number 14, Abby Ewan will start at forward. She's number 15. Her sister, Claire Ewan, will be starting at forward. She is a freshman, number 20. And the final starter will be at guard, junior Carrie Ann Farina. Let's rise and listen to our national anthem. go for the start of the 2017-2018 season. And Scott, it looks like we have a really very nice showing. Pretty close to a full house by my reckon. The fans are excited for this one, as are we.
It's a packed house. It's an electric atmosphere. The buzz around town has been that this team is loaded with young talent, ready to take the team to a next level. As you mentioned, they struggled last year, but when you insert energetic freshmen into your lineup, energetic freshmen that are also capable and talented, the future is bright, and it's something that permeates through the whole club.
So it looks like Claire Ewan will tip off, and she will jump against Meg Cleary. And we are underway, and the Ponders will open the season with the ball. Ava Connolly will initiate the offense. Ewan will drive into the lane, put it up, and there we go, an aggressive play by Ewan, and the Ponders come up back with 2 quick points.
2 quick points and right into their press. It's a diamond press looking to trap, get steals and deflections.
And we have a steal by the Ponders, and Ewan again will put it up, this time with a left hand, and the Ponders are out to a fast start, 4-0.
Call me Kreskin right there is the deflection, and then a steal, and now another deflection, and here we go, rocking and rolling.
Exactly what the Ponders want to do. They'll work it around the horn, tee up a 3, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. A little bit of a scramble, Stoneham comes up with it.
High energy from the Spy Ponders early, deflection, steals, and now they'll look to prevent dribble drives.
So here we go, a deflection. We've turned the ball, they've turned Stoneham over twice, and that time keeps Stoneham from doing what they want to do on offense.
That's exactly what Coach for the Spy Ponders was talking about today. They want to make the Spartans do things that they don't like to do.
Spartans so far holding the ball. Dribble drive, that's Driscoll, puts it up, can't get it to go. And here come the Spy Ponders, Connolly with the ball, playing with pace.
Good defensive set by the Spy Ponders, prevented dribble drive. I thought there was a shot clock violation.
And the other Ewan will put the ball up, can't get it to go. Here comes Stoneham. And by the other Ewan, that would be Abigail Ewan. Her sister, Claire, with 2 buckets. And here come the Ponders.
And right there you see one of the effects of the full court presses. At times you'll just see what you call unforced errors. People throwing the ball away just because they're sped up.
Conley gets in the lane, will kick it back for an open shot by Farina. No. Stoneham will come away with it and turned over again by the Ponders. They'll set up the offense. Work the ball side to side a little bit.
They will look to work the ball side to side, get multiple touches, cuts through the lane, make the defense work, get a good shot.
And that is the shot. Can't get it to go. Stoneham comes down with a rebound. Stoneham so far pretty strong on the glass.
Very strong on the glass. The Spy Ponders are getting good looks. They're just not knocking them down. I'll tell you, the game, the day, the moment they start knocking those open threes down, look out.
And Stoneham swings into the lane. That is number 14, Meg Cleary with 2. And just like that, here come the Spy Ponders. Hardly give anybody time to breathe.
Cleary stopping and popping. Nice little deuce there to settle down the Spartan club.
We have a foul called. That will be against number 14, Ellie Demery. Her first to the ball game.
You can feel the energy that Ava Connolly is bringing to this team. She's all over the place.
Poked away that time by Demery. Connolly with the ball. She'll lead the break. Kick it over to Ewan, who is called for the travel.
The Ewan moved her feet a little bit too quickly. She was thinking about what she was going to do before she caught the ball. But something to watch for Ava Connolly. We were talking this last night. She passes the ball with her left. She's a left-handed passer, which is very different for Very odd for a basketball player.
Another steal by Arlington, this by Ewan. Cross court to Farina, knocked off the block, fights for the ball, and we will have a call. That will be a foul called against Driscoll, her first of the ball game. First team foul, each team with one team foul. The high school level, 7 fouls per half will get a team into the 1-and-1. 10 fouls per half will create 2 shots.
So I was incorrect in my guessing before the game. I played back in the old GBL when it was halves.
Ewan gets a couple of looks at it, but gets tipped away. 4-2. Ponders, here comes Stoneham. 4:30 left in the first quarter.
Defense extended all the way out, and that is a defense, that is a turnover caused by Ava Connolly. Ava Connolly came all the way out 33 feet from the basket to deny her player a pass, 1 pass away, and that caused the defender to get flummoxed and travel.
Ponders will work their offense. This is Wicks teeing up a 3, can't get it to go.
Good look for the Spy Ponders. They're getting what they want on offense. They just can't knock down the open looks. Defense is stifling. Look at this.
Stoneham's having a hard time figuring out what to do. And that time a foul will be called against Connolly, but the Ponders are sticking to the Spartans like flypaper.
That's a foul that, as a coach, I never minded at all. That's an effort foul. Ava Connolly is so engaged, so determined to not allow her player to dribble, drive, and to do anything comfortable on the court. She commits a foul, and I'll live with that any day of the week.
Stoneham doesn't look comfortable handling this pressure early, do they?
Well, I certainly wouldn't be. There's hands everywhere, feet, everybody moving. It's a blur of activity.
Wicks thought about it, thought the better of it. We'll kick it around. And Stoneham turns over the Ponders.
Ava with a young mistake there, kind of threw it into traffic and paid the price.
Spartans picked up the dribble. Luckily found an open person to get up a shot. And that will be out on the Ponders. So it looks to me like when the Spartans let the Ponders set up their defense, they are in trouble.
They're in huge trouble. They're going to have to get early offense because when they're not setting up, they're throwing up shots that are getting the rebounds are 50-50 balls.
Some nice offense out of bounds play, can't get it to go. Connolly finds the open person, Ewan, who drains the 15-footer from the baseline. Abby Ewan.
Connolly with a little Connolly with a little hesitation and a beautiful dish to Ewan. Why not?
Connolly will tee it up. Can't get it to go, miss a little bit short. Here's Abby Ewan, will try. Connolly with a rebound, good hustle play, gets up a bank shot, scramble for the ball, Stoneham comes up with it.
Lots of effort, everything but the basket. Just keep battling, those balls will go down. The effort is there, that's all you can ask.
6'2" Ponders. And Ponders' defense away from the ball is preventing all the passing. Stoneham resorts to the dribble drive. Connolly comes up with a miss. We have a double dribble call against the Ponders.
Yeah, that's a good call right there. She picked up the dribble, her offhand touched the ball kind of by mistake, and then she put it back down. That's technically a double dribble.
Stoneham will tee up a 3, and the bank is open.
So the bank is open. Spy Ponders getting open looks, good square shoulders to the basket. Stoneham comes down, throws them off the backboard by mistake. Serendipity.
And fell on Stoneham that time. And going to the line for 2 will be Demery, Ellie Demery.
I'll tell you what I like about Demery there is, so they give up the serendipitous three-pointer that goes off the backboard. Kind of that's a deflating play. A lot of teams will shrug their shoulders, put their heads down. oh gosh, you feel sorry for yourself. We played so hard, and here comes a three-pointer, banked in by mistake. But no, Demery comes down, grabs the ball hard with two hands, up strong, squares his shoulders, gets fouled for actions, now goes to the line, buries a free throw. That's a confident basketball play. It's a winning varsity move.
Demery, the senior captain of this team, gets them both to go, and the Potters will take the lead 8-5, and Stoneham will call the timeout.
Stoneham should call a timeout right now. They're getting beat to most 50-50 balls, and you saw right there, you know, we've been touting all broadcast long, the freshman this, the freshman that, but who makes the big play when, oh, geez, this is a time when maybe we could let up a little bit? It's the senior. The senior comes forward, grabs the ball strong, goes up, gets fouled, then goes to the line and converts two free throws with a nice smooth stroke. That's the stuff that's going to win you the ball games. Much as we tout these freshmen, the seniors at the end of the day are the ones that are going to drag you across the finish line.
And the Potters look to have good chemistry as well. We talked to Coach Mortale before the game, and she's very pleased with the unselfishness of her team.
Well, I talked in the open about senior Ellie Demery. Last year, she was playing out of position at the point. She is welcoming these freshmen to take the point, saying, go ahead, you dribble the ball. I go back to my natural position. I feel comfortable out there. So right away, there was a welcoming sense for the new ball players. So they felt good about themselves coming in. The team felt good about them joining the club. When they didn't win many games at all last year, any help is appreciated, and so therefore it's a family foster atmosphere right from the start.
Punters will start in the 1-2-2 full court press. Stoneham picks up the dribble. Connolly with a steal finds Wicks underneath. Can't get it to go. Nice pass by Connolly. Wicks recovers the ball again. She'll tee up a 12-footer. Swish! Diana Wicks, the freshman.
Wicks swishing and dishing, step back, said, well, if you're not going to guard me, I'm going to bury this. Stepped into the shot, smooth stroke, follow through, swish.
And it's all starting with the defense for the Ponders.
With a deflection again, and I'll tell you, Connolly is everywhere. She's a nightmare to play offense against. 3
freshmen on the court right now for the Ponders. Stoneham will tee up from the, try another bank. Bank is closed.
And it should be, because it was not meant to be a bank shot. I mean, you know things are going well for you when the other team has gotten to the point where they're tossing the ball up in the basket, and basically they're tossing it at the basket. That's why it's hitting the backboard.
Chickern would say they're trying to wish it in. And Connolly comes up with the ball again. She'll try to go coast to coast, puts it up and draws the contact. Ava Connolly.
Ava Connolly right there showed what pride and determination is going to do for you in a basketball court. She's missed 4, maybe 5 shots early, but she hasn't been deterred. She's continued back to go stronger and harder towards the basket. This time she's rewarded with contact and 2 free throws.
And she swishes the first.
Smooth stroke, steps out on the line, confident. I tell you, I've told the story to you, Rob. When we first walked in the gym, we didn't have rosters. I thought she was a senior captain.
Right.
I thought she was a senior captain point guard. That's what I thought.
And she nails them both. So the Ponders 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and they take the 12-5 lead.
And Connolly gets a well-deserved rest and a standing ovation from her teammates. Crowd is a little slow to react to her effort. I think they're maybe more in shock of what's going on with the super sensational Frosh.
Looks like Stoneham is getting all bunched up trying to break this press. That's not going to work. And Ewan with a steal puts it up and puts it in. Claire Ewan that time. Nice play. Wrecking crew.
Deflection to the basket, squared her shoulders and made the bucket.
Stoneham now just can't get the ball up court.
Well, in the scrimmage, we talked about the fourth quarter that the Concord Carlisle Club kind of ran out of gas both mentally and physically and wasn't able to matriculate the ball over half court. This is happening now with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Good sign for the Spy Ponders.
Spy Ponders will set their offense, work the ball around the horn. This is Diana Wicks. She will tee up a 3. In and out, heartbreak.
I don't think they've hit a three-pointer all quarter. have 14 points and lead by 9, Rob. I mean, you got to figure, what do they hit? 1, 2 of those? I mean, this is an extended lead, and you also have to think those are good looks. They're smooth strokes, follow through is good. They're not missing left or right. I think those are going to go down as the game goes on and they get more confidence.
Yeah, that one was halfway down, wasn't it?
Sure was. This is impressive.
Stoneham trying to get the ball in the middle, and they do. Ewan with a block. Stoneham will take another turn. Dribble drive to the base, tries to dish it in the middle, no. But gets rewarded with another bank shot. Bank is closed. Wicks saves the ball, but she stepped out of bounds.
Saves the ball, but it doesn't matter if it's Stoneham's ball. The effort is what you want. 2 deflections in the same play. Ball goes out of bounds because your player is hustling for it. One player threw the ball at the back. And here and there, right as I'm speaking, on cue, there's an unforced error because this player is rattled and mentally exhausted from the pressure.
Getting to be a momentum to this game already. Wicks throws it up and beats the buzzer with a bank shot. Big play by the freshman, and the Ponders take the 16-5 lead to close out the first quarter.
Bing, bang, boom. Finally, a little bit something goes for the Spy Ponders. All their efforts are finally rewarded. The bank is now open for them. They finally get a little bit of reward for their hard work despite the score being 16-5. Now you see a shot go through the basket like this, and it's going to be floodgates open now.
Yeah, 16-5, the Ponders. Very balanced scoring attack. We have 5 players on the board in the first quarter. Diana Wicks with 4, Claire Ewan with 4, Ava Connolly with 2, swish 2 free throws, Abigail Ewan with 4, and Captain Abigail Ewan and Ellie Demery with 2.
The 2 plays that stood out for me in the first half was the general play of Ava Connolly. She set the tone early. She didn't air about her. The way her body moved was one of defiance, one of extra effort, one of I'm going to do everything I can to win this ball game. And then that kind of spread to the other team. And then the bank shot that was followed up by the foul and the 2 free throws. I thought that was a key moment in the game saying, you know what, you can bank in a shot, Lucky. It's not going to even slow us down a bit. In fact, it's going to make us more focused and more determined.
Ponders are coming out like a swarm of bees.
They sure are. This is impressive, Rob. This is just absolutely impressive.
Stoneham will start the ball with the second quarter with the ball, and there you have it. Just throw it right out of bounds. Spy Ponders will take over.
They can't inbound the ball from the side. That's a basic basketball play executed by most junior basketball players in the 3rd and 4th grade level.
That is Annie Harris has checked into the ball game. Wicks dribbles behind her back, and Farina will tee up a 3, bounce off the back rim. Spy Ponders will get the rebound. Demery can't get it to go. Here comes Stoneham.
Stoneham traveled when they got the rebound there. I think Arlington's kind of idea with the 3-pointers is, we're going to toss those 3-pointers up, and we don't really care if they go in. We're going to get them close to the basket, and we're going to crash the boards, get the rebound, and place it back in. Nothing is deterring them. It's just nothing is deterring them.
I think the refs might have missed a travel there by Wicks, but the Spy Ponders will take it. Ewan with a shot, and Stoneham will get called with the foul. That will be their 5th of the half, and Abby Ewan will go to the line.
I'll tell you, Ewan earned those 2 free throws, herself and her teammates. Their extra effort on a consistent basis, winning the races to the ball. I've always said that basketball is 1,000 little races to spots on the floor.
Love that.
And the team that wins the most races usually wins the game. Spy Ponders have proven they can beat them to most of the spots. Now they're getting the calls.
Love that. Ewan makes 1 out of 2. Ponders lead 17-5, 7:11 left to go in the half.
keep an eye on Connolly, her defense. The one man that she will not allow her person to guard the basketball, or receive the basketball one pass away.
And Stoneham finally gets one to go, 17-7. That is number 20, Leah Sacco.
Sacco with a nice little stop and pop there.
And here comes Stoneham as the Spy Ponder defense will retreat to half court, where Ava Connolly will pick up.
So a little bit of life for the Spartans as a nice little stop and pop puts a little pep in their step.
And the call that time will be against Annie Harris. And that'll be the first foul for Harris, the fourth team foul for the Spy Ponders.
And right now, a little bit of momentum shift. Now the Spartans have beaten the Spy Ponders to a couple of races. Keep your eye on that. Haven't seen a deflection in a while.
And we've got another call. This will probably go against Ava Connolly. And it does with a hold. That'll be her second, that'll be her first foul, fifth team foul for the Spy Ponders.
Wow, should we?
No, second foul.
Yeah, second foul. So that is something to keep your eye on because she cannot get disqualified from this game. She is the heart and soul of what they're doing out here.
She dribbles to the base, kicks it back out to Ewan. Ewan will penetrate the lane, put it up, and she'll draw contact. Abby Ewan will go to the line for two more.
Well, Abby Ewan has a nose for the basketball, but more importantly, a nose for getting towards the basket with that ball. One of the things that I like most about players who are tough is they go at the basket hard. Good things happen when you go to the basket hard, and she's showing it there tonight, and then following it up with clutch free throws.
Ponders 6 for 7 at the free throw line for the game.
So they can shoot.
Win. Yeah, they can shoot them.
They can shoot them.
Yep.
No doubt. Nice smooth stroke. Smooth stroke.
That will be 7 points for Captain Abby Ewan.
It's a well-deserved rest. I'll tell you, they start hitting their open three-pointers, and this team's going to be a force.
Stoneham goes over the top, but can't find an advantage. Driscoll will throw it up, can't get it to go. And just like that, Ponders will take another turn on offense. Here comes Connolly.
Connolly always moving well. Look at this. She gets the rebound. Look at this.
Can't get it to go, but great hustle by Connolly, getting her own rebound and getting a good shot up.
She can't get it to go. She's just a little bit wound up. Her body's moving a little bit too fast for the shot. She can't slow herself down. She'll get that with time.
That was Sydney Shepard with a 2 for Stoneham, and the score now stands 19-9, 5:23 left to go in the half. Ponders with a double-digit lead, and it looks like Ellie DeMarie will come back into the ballgame, replacing Carrie Ann Farina, who did a nice job, and Coach Mortalet's getting a lot of fresh bodies in.
So we'll see what Stoneham does here. They turned the ball over again for a minute there. It looked like they were starting to get a little more comfortable, but maybe not.
Ewan tees up another one. I tell you what, Stoneham has been strong on the glass tonight.
Very strong on the glass. Had they not been strong on the glass, they might not have scored a bucket so far. But again, strong on the glass, but very weak on matriculating, advancing that ball up past half court. They've made poor passes. They've gotten the ball deflected from behind. There you saw an unforced error on a travel. I just think the drive coach is mad, but I'll be honest with you, you couldn't have seen this coming.
Well, you couldn't have practiced for this either.
No way. I used to practice against these kind of teams at 7 on 5, and even then it never really simulated what the speed was like.
Oh, that's interesting. So in practice, you'd play 7 people to get your team ready for a swarm of bees.
Yeah, it was usually against Cambridge Ridge and Latin. As a matter of fact, one year we went 8 on 5 and still lost by 30. So.
And here come the Stoneham Spartans, and they will face the 1-2-2 press. Ball stolen by Ewan. Conley will take a nice little 15-footer, and this time swish.
squared her shoulders, same shot she's had all game. That time she relaxed her body a little bit and followed through and got it to go. Give it to her again, let her pump one up.
This will be Wicks. Connolly with a rebound, finds Wicks again for three. She will tee it up, just long. Spartans will get the ball. Seems like the only time the Spartans get the ball over half court is on a rebound.
Sure is, and the only reason they're getting the rebound is because the Spy Punters are missing wide open three-point looks that they can hit. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be a tremendous three-point shooting team, but I don't think they've hit one.
And that time, Julia Plord hits her shot, 21-11 Ponders.
The problem with not hitting any of your three-point shots is it allows the other team to stay in the ball game. And that's just what they're doing right now.
Nice pass that time by to Connolly from Ewan.
Ewan to Connolly, and Connolly showing her ambidextrous nature, puts it up with her left hand. Beautiful shot.
Connolly fights for the ball and gets it, is tied up. That'll be called a jump ball, and the arrow will be going Stoneham's way. No, it'll be going the Ponders' way.
Wow. Did they really call a jump ball there? I mean, she got clubbed in the head, and if that wasn't good enough, it was the bottom. No, they called a foul, I think. Right, Coach? Professor?
Well, it looks like they're coming to the line. They did in fact call a foul.
Yeah.
So you were right. That is the seventh foul.
They called the jump ball, then could hear me yelling from here with my big loud voice and said, you know what, Coach, give her 2 free throws.
And she nails the front end of the 1-and-1.
I mean, you tell me, Rob, I mean, is this a nice, smooth, does this look like the shot of a shooter to you? It does to me. Look at this. Even though it missed, I mean, it's a nice, smooth stroke. Follow through's good.
And another steal, this time by Michelle Mahoney is in the game. Michelle is another freshman for this team. We saw a little bit of the JV game. JV Ponders lost 35-30, but it was an up and down game that was very tight and very close, and the Ponders have some talent at the JV level, so for some freshmen to make this squad is compliment to their talent. Steal it again, that's Ewan. She'll turn around and try to take it coast to coast, but get the ball ripped away.
Back and forth we go. Everyone getting a little bit messy and helter-skelter with the ball here, and in the long run, that's going to help the Spy Ponders, even though Spartans are able to connect.
Nice little give and go that time by the Spartans, and Plord makes them pay. 24-13. Ewan tees up a 15-footer. No. Connolly fights for the rebound. This time doesn't come up with it.
Spartans are hanging around. It's 24-13. The Spy Ponders have dominated the action so far, but just can't hit open looks.
Driscoll pounds her way to the rim. Can't get it to go. Connolly saves the ball to Ewan. Nice hustle play again by Connolly, and looks like Driscoll would get called for the foul, and Ewan will go to the line.
It's a frustration foul for Driscoll. She missed a 2-foot bunny. A great save there by Connolly, who wasn't quite sure. Probably would have been an Arlington ball, but anytime you're in doubt, you save that basketball, which she did. Ewan caught the ball, held it tight and strong, anticipated the contact, was rewarded with fouls, and now 2 free throws.
Ponders are 8 for 10 from the charity stripe. Ewan has 6 points on the night. Front end of the 1-and-1, nothing but net.
I'm glad they're making their free throws, because otherwise I'd look like a dope up here, because I'm telling everybody that I think this is a good shooting team, although they can't make an outside shot. But the free throws are always an indicator of whether teams can shoot, and they're burying them.
And they're barely touching the rim. Ewan gets them both to go, 26-13.
Important to note now, every foul that the Spy Ponders have, they're going to be shooting at the line.
Nice little spin move by Driscoll, can't get it to go. And Ewan fights for the ball, but drops it on the end line, so this will stay Spartan ball.
It's a nice move by Driscoll, but she's just not quick enough to get to where she needs to be to finish it, and she's getting quite frustrated with it. She's a nice player, but she's just not ready for this speed, not right now.
Plord can't get it to go. Another rebound for Stoneham. Stoneham fights for the ball. We have a call, and that will be a travel. It's about the 7th or 8th travel of the game against the Spartans.
7th or 8th travel. It's been a well-officiated ball game right there, but that call was horrendous. She fell to the ground, but she did not improve her position in any way, shape, or form, and that is not a travel. You can fall to the ground with the basketball in your hand. You just can't improve your position once you get there. That's offensive, actually. So
that'll get called against Diana Wicks. You disagree with that call,
I
Coach?
really do. She came down. The ball handler initiated contact, and then on top of that, pushed off with her hand. And the fact that the defender is close doesn't mean that's a foul on the defender.
So the next foul, the Spartans will be in the bonus, and just like that, the Spartans step over the line.
Karma got him right there. This is something else. This Spartan team is a legitimate varsity basketball team, and they don't know what to do with what's going on out here.
Cross-court pass from Wicks to Connolly. Connolly throws it up with her left hand and gets it to go. Nice play by Connolly. Good dish by Wicks.
Ambidextrous again by Connolly. The left hand. This one a little runner. So she shows the whole package. Dribbles right, dribbles left, passes right, shoots left, shoots right.
Driscoll with the ball at the rim, puts it up, gets it to go. That'll be 28-15 with as we wind down under a minute. Demery with the ball, and that will be off of the Spartans, and the Ponters will retain possession.
What happened there? Driscoll with a second effort, nice job, put the ball in the basket, but she got beat down the court. That's why that ball went up the court quickly. They beat her up the court. Let her rip.
Conley lets it fly. Just hits the front of the rim. 40 seconds left to go. Demery knocks the ball out of bounds. So we're 36 seconds less on the game clock, 25 left on the shot clock. So the Ponders with a 13-point lead will get the ball again.
I would like to see maybe a timeout there by the Spy Pirates. You do not want to give up a cheapie here. Tight defense, maybe pack in a little extra, nothing easy at the basket.
Should be a travel, right? Yeah, and another travel called. The referees tonight, Allison Weiner made that call. Anthony Abatessa is also calling the game.
So the Spy Pirates look to run a little offense here, so maybe you can run a little bit of clock off. Make sure you get a quality shot at the basket and let her rip.
Ewan gets that shot, can't get it to go. Shot clock will go off, 10 seconds left. Excuse me, 13. Stoneham does get it off. And Ewan is fouled. They'll send Ewan to the line with 9 seconds left for the 1-and-1.
Big break for the Spy Ponders. I can feel Coach Amanda Morillette exhale right there. You always want to go into the half when you've played well on a positive note. Ewan has never stopped hustling. She missed a little bunny on the other end, hustles back, grabs the rebound, holds it tight, gets fouled, rewarded with free throws. This time, too.
And she gets the first to go.
I
Just
mean,
like that, her third of the game.
I mean, these are this is a free throw clinic. They all have routines. Watch this, a little routine. Okay, I'm going to bend my knees. I'm look at the basket. I'm going to foul through. Can't do it better. I mean, the result wasn't there, but you just can't do it better. It's a clinic.
And that'll be that. The score at the half, 29-15 Arlington. And Scott, what can we say? The pressure that the Arlington Spy Ponders are bringing has just been too much for Stoneham.
What a wonderful way to end the half. That play right there summed up exactly what the first half was all about. And obviously, Ava Connolly was right in the middle of it. Here's a Spy Ponder player. The time's running out. They're tired, mentally and physically. She panics a little bit, tosses the ball up towards the basket, doesn't come close. The half ends, Spy Ponders up 29-16 in full control.
So you said, Scott, that the Stoneham Spartans are a quality club, and it's early in the season. They certainly won their first game by a decisive margin. If you're Lindley D'Amato, how do you try to regroup your club at the half?
Wow. I tell you, rethink your cut process. See if there's anyone in JV that come out now. I mean, it's a tough task. I'll tell you, it's a really tough task because what they have to, honestly, Rob, they're not in condition to play this style of basketball. So the reason I'm kind of left speechless here is I don't know what you do. Tell them
what can you do?
Get in shape before with the 5 minutes left to go in the second half. Take care of the basketball a little bit better. Try to execute harder. The bottom line is that you can't make a pass one pass away from anyone in the court anywhere because the players in the other team are faster than your players. So it's good luck, and you better hope Arlington doesn't start making those outside shots because then it's blowout city, baby.
And so flip the question. You're Amanda Mortalette. How do you use this halftime?
Well, that's interesting. So if you're Amanda Mortalette, what you have to refrain from, you have to kind of find that sweet spot in the middle where I'm not going to go in there and discourage my team or tell them all the things they did wrong because then you lose all credibility. No, everyone here in the building on both teams know that this half was a well-played half by Arlington. You got to let them know that, but you also got to let them know that the bottom line is what we're all about is doing this for a full 32 minutes. That's what it's about. And if we don't do that, we may not win tonight, but we're definitely not going to win in the future. So that's what it's about, carrying over the first half momentum in the second.
So it looks like everybody played for the Spy Ponders.
Unbelievable.
Five Ponders got into the scorebooks here, and I'll read out the halftime totals. Demery, with 2 points. Abigail Ewan, senior captain, with 7 points. Ava Connolly with 7 points. Claire Ewan with 9 points. The freshman had a great coming out party. And Diana Wicks with 4 points. So why don't you, as Scott would say in football, grab a Coke, pop a bag of chips, and we will see you in about 7 minutes for the second half.
Going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to start the second half. Again with the score, Arlington Spy Ponders 29, Stoneham Spartans 15. And Scott, what are we looking for here in the second half?
Well, I'll tell you, before we're looking for the second half, the feeling that I had going over as I was kind of pondering the first half was jealousy. I coached here at Arlington for several years, and I've coached basketball in one form or another for 30. I've never had a team that came out and played that hard for me in the first game. So jealousy is what I'm feeling for Coach Moret, that she's got players out here playing this hard this early. But for Arlington, just as I said before we broke, got to keep the momentum going. The efforts has to stay high, and Stoneham's got to find a way to execute without turning the basketball over.
Arlington will start with the ball. Here comes Connolly. They'll work the left side of the floor. Ewan to Ewan, and she'll tee up a little 17-footer, get it to go. Beautiful shot that time by Abby Ewan.
And if I was Coach Moran at the halftime, I would have been saying, keep firing those shots. They're going to go down.
Ewan is an athletic family, this Ewan family.
Sure are. Remember Clocky in football?
Clocky kicked the ball.
He sure kicked it. He can hit it in baseball. He can toss it in the basket in basketball. Three-sport Arlington stud.
And right on cue, here comes Claire Ewan with a hoop. Nice steal and goes coast to coast and lays it in.
Deflection, gathered herself, 2 giant steps, finishes the layup with the right hand on the right side.
Demery comes down with it. They'll get the ball to Connolly in the middle of the court. Connolly, as always.
Let her rip. You got to like the effort the Spy Pioneers went out in the second half already. It's high energy. They're grabbing rebounds. They're putting shots up with confidence.
And this will be Ewan again, and Ewan will throw it in. So the Ewan sisters doing work here. 6 points for them. 6 points for the Ponders in the half. 35-15 in the game.
Ewan, confident stroke, squared her shoulders from about 15, let it fly, follow through. Big bucket.
And Stoneham finally gets on the scoreboard with the hoop. That is Plord, number 12, and the harm. Didn't quite catch who that was called on. Spy Ponders have nobody really in foul trouble. Abigail Ewan does have 2, and Plord will complete the three-pointer.
Plord with a nice follow through there. Kind of exactly what the Spartans need to simply stay alive in this basketball game was getting away from them.
Hoop is getting to be about, 6 inches wide for Stoneham and about 4 feet wide for the Ponders. Force another turnover.
I have to contain myself from not going bananas. So this freshman just forced a 5-second call in a varsity basketball game in a half-court set. Rob, we could watch all year long. We couldn't see that more than 2 times.
Conley thought about it, gives it over to Demery. Demery to Farina. This time Demery will put it up. No. Ewan with a rebound. No. Conley fights for it, gets it over to Farina.
This is amazing.
And they will reset.
Of course they'll reset. They're going to throw the ball around, someone's going to shoot it up, they're going to miss, get the rebound, and put it back up again. Let it go.
Whoa. Nice shot. Another nice shot by Claire Ewan. 3 jump shots already in this half, and the Ponders take the 37-18 lead.
Now the outside shots are starting to fall. A big timeout here by first-year coach Angela Billing. She's seen enough. I'm surprised she didn't call a few more timeouts in the first half. But, Rob, just what I warned at the half and some of the first half, we both talked about this. If those outside shots start falling, look out. And I mean look out, because the style of play they use is fast-paced, which means the defense oftentimes isn't set up, which means if you rotate the ball around the second to the other side on your break, oftentimes you're going to get a wide-open shot. They start hitting open shots. Now we stop talking about whether this is a fun little team and whether this is a legit varsity club.
And speaking of hitting open shots, in your playing days, you were a shooter. I was a shooter. As those shots start to fall, you gain confidence. It gets easier and easier.
It sure does, and the right kind of coach helps. And obviously, Coach Mortellette is the right kind of coach. I love coaching shooters, because the more shooters miss, the more I encourage them to shoot. Shoot more. I want you shooting more. If you miss 30, try to miss 40, 50, 60. I want you firing that ball towards the basket.
And so your comment is you're trying to give them confidence.
Confidence. I want them confident shooting the ball and not really concentrating on whether it goes in or not, because good shooters are going to eventually make the shots.
Spartans don't make that shot, and Ewan will draw contact. That is the first foul of the half for the Spartans.
And oftentimes with shooters, what it is, it's just repetition, and even during a ball game. So, they'll take a bunch in the first half, and then their brain kind of adjusts in the second half, and, all of a sudden the hoop gets a little bit bigger. I've done this 6 times in the first half, missed all of them. I don't care that I missed. I'm shooting my next one just as confident, and they start going in. And once they start going in, then it's all over, because now there's nothing preventing you from shooting the ball with confidence and a smooth stroke.
One of the things I'm noticing about the Ponders is all the players are getting their shots up. There's nobody really on the court that seems to be afraid to take their shot when they have it.
Phenomenal point, Rob, but But I wouldn't even suggest that even remotely selfish. Everyone's looking to make the extra pass to the open player, and the open player saying, "Fine, I'm open. It's my turn to shoot," and they do.
Conley drives base and gets it up and draws contact. Will go to the line.
I'm running out of superlatives for this freshman. Bottom line is, I don't know what you think. Does this look like a freshman basketball player to you?
Well,
I keep expecting that someone's going to come up here and go, "Hey, my guys, by the way, this is a senior. You keep calling a freshman." I mean, so that's a dribble drive there into contact. She wasn't looking for the foul. She's looking to make the basket. And contact rewarded with 2 free throws.
And she gets the second to go, and the Punters will take a 20-point lead, 38-18. And Conley again with a deflection. Wick will tee up the 3. Splash! Diana Wick for 3.
Wick, bing, bang, boom from downtown, and there's another deflection. Good pass.
And that time, Ewan gets it to go. Nice dish by Demery, and the hoop and the harm.
And the Spy Ponders are feeling it now as they pour it on both ends of the court. Outside shots, deflections, dimes down low. 40-18 lead for the home team. Where would you rather be than right here and right now?
And Ewan converts the 3.
Can you feel the confidence that's building as
in the booth?
Goes on? Yeah, well,
I can feel it.
I can feel it. I'm elated. This is electric, fun, dynamic basketball.
Not for Stoneham. As right on cue, they bail me out and get one to go. That was Meg Cleary.
And Meg Cleary squared her shoulders, put the ball up strong, and got the basket. But the Spy Pond, why not? Let her rip.
That'll be Spartan ball. I think Stoneham's also showing a little bit of frustration. That foul that was drawn by Ewan on that last possession was a little push from behind. I think Stoneham is getting a little upset here.
I think they're getting a little upset, but that timeout there was called by Coach Mortellette, and I love that timeout. So I'm getting all excited up here because I'm kind of a fan up here, and I'm saying, "Oh, AHS, AHS, AHS." But, was that really a good shot? That time it was one pass, semi-contested, didn't really square her shoulders, tossed it up towards the basket, went off an Arlington player, back to Stoneham. Sure, it's 44-20. But we're going to take a breath here and say, let's get back to what we do.
Calm down a little bit, guys. And so the game's running away, 44-20. You have a 24-point lead. You still want to execute at all times, don't you?
Certainly with a team, and we haven't mentioned this, but since they're 44-20, they didn't win a game last year. So this is all important stuff, especially closing out this game. They haven't won since 2015.
Great point. Yeah. Great point. So this will be a feel good win if they bring it home. And so let's hit the tape running, as they say.
Let's hit the tape running, and certainly the freshmen weren't part of that, so they have no idea what the seniors are feeling now. But these seniors, they don't think anything's in the bag.
Right.
And why would they? So they're gonna, So Coach Moran wants to settle the seniors down. Hey, everything's okay, guys. We're in control. The freshmen got this. We're going to play our game, and we're going to finish this strong. That's what we're looking at right now. They're settling down right now. Good little pass. Can't hold on. I like the idea, though.
And the Ponders are now picking up at half court.
That's a smidge early for that.
Plord can't get it to go. Ewan comes down with it, gets it ahead to Connolly. Connolly fighting her way down court. No foul was called. Gets to the rim, lays it up and in, Ava Connolly.
Ava Connolly splits the defenders like a knife through hot butter, lays it up with her right hand, got some contact, wasn't called, but finished.
Ava Connolly is ambidextrous, isn't she?
She's absolutely ambidextrous. Can go from the right and the left. She's super sensational.
Demery with the ball. Wick drives the lane, gets it to go. Nice play by Diana Wick.
Diana Wick swishing and dishing through the lane. She goes, stopping and popping, in for a deuce to put the team up 18. Look at this.
We have a travel call, so no mercy from Anthony Abatessa there. He's going to give the Ponders back the ball, and they have the lead, 48-20, 2:11 to go in the third quarter. 4 Ponders on the scoreboard here in the second half, led by Claire Ewan with 9.
I haven't regretted coming out of coaching since I left a few years ago until seeing Ava Connolly tonight. I wonder if Coach Morietta let me on her staff so I can coach this kid, be part of this renaissance. This is phenomenal. I mean, so let's explain our ignorance here, at least mine. I mean, I don't know what this league's like. I'm not familiar with it. I mean, is Stoneham a rebuilding team? Well, if they are, can they be rebuilding more than Arlington, who's got 4 freshmen on the varsity, 2 starting? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're pounding them.
Stoneham was 3-15 last year, so they're coming off a down year as well. This is not the kind of start they were looking for.
Went further down, which is possible.
And Ewan gets 1 for 2. Ponders will fight for the ball. Stoneham will come up with it.
Stoneham hasn't quit. They've actually executed better in the second half, shown more composure, and a great job by first-year coach Angela Billings at halftime to really get her club to compose themselves and execute a little bit better.
We have another traveling call. Does that look like traveling to you, Scott?
It wasn't traveling. Wasn't any way, shape, or form traveling.
I don't think I've seen so many traveling calls in all my years watching basketball.
I've watched in some of the girls' games I've watched. I felt oftentimes officials have a quick trigger finger with travels, because at the youth level, in both boys and girls, there's lots of travels happen. Travels happen often, and I don't know why I have this feeling about the girls, but I see it at the college level even, and traveling. It's just, that's not travel, and maybe they don't move their bodies the same as the men and the boys. I don't know.
Francesco Perisato is into the game. She's an exchange student, number 10, with the pink shoes. Very stylish.
Very stylish. Giving us a little bit of international flavor. Referee took one look at those shoes and called her for a foul. And I say that only half kiddingly.
That'll be the first on Perisato, the second team foul for the Ponders in the half.
Anytime an official sees someone who it is apparent they are not regulars in a ball game, they love blowing those whistles on them.
Perisato's denying the ball, playing tough defense. And speaking of tough defense, Wicks will look ahead, and that'll be Demarie, draws contact. Really nice steal that time by Wicks. Heads up pass, and Ponders will go to the line for 2.
Heads up pass, great point. Rob, I think one of the things the Spy Ponders have gotten better on as this game has gotten older is they weren't making that pass with such efficiency early. It was a little bit, they turned the ball over a few times. The passes were lobbed a little bit off. I mean, now they're finding their mark on both the passes and their shots.
Excuse me, that was Annie Harris at the charity stripe. She goes 1 for 2, gets in the scorebooks. And 23 seconds to go as Stoneham throws it up. Ponders will have an opportunity for one last shot. 10, 17 seconds, 16.
I'm not sure if they're one that really looks too much at the clock, so we'll see if they wait or just fire one away when they're open.
Harris will get in the lane, throws it up with the left hand. Nice shot, can't get it to go. Nice third quarter by the Spy Ponders, and the score at at the end of the third will be Arlington Spy Ponderers 50 and Stoneham Spartans 20.
So certainly at the halftime, if you were the Spy Ponders, there was a fear that maybe we couldn't keep this type of effort and energy up for an entire ball game. But Ava Connolly, Claire Ewan, Abby Ewan, Annie Harris, Diana Wicks, they had other thoughts. No, Coach, we got this. We can do this. And this goes back to what we were talking at the Open, and you were the one that brought it up. This is a close-knit team. They are happy to be with one another. They're happy to be part of this and to help one another, and that breeds unselfishness and strong play.
And this is a season opener, so this is a good way to kind of kick off the campaign. The hard work in camp has been rewarded, the long off season, without a win, and they have to feel good about their teammates at this point.
Well, they have to feel good, but I'll tell you who's not feeling good. The coaches from Stoneham are going to get a peek at this tape, or whoever the freshman coach is out here scouting this game. He's going to come back with ashen face saying, well, I'll tell you what I saw tonight. We're in a whole boatload of trouble if we don't execute properly on offense and can handle pressure defense.
Next Ponder game will be at Melrose on the 19th.
Yeah. So I'd like to be a fly in the wall in that coaching room tonight when that freshman coach comes back with the scouting report.
And what are you working on if you're the Melrose coach? What's your take on the Spy Ponders? What do you think you have to do well to kind of attack this kind of team?
Well, it's interesting. So that's a great question. So the league in general, the Middlesex League is not known for full court pressure. Ironically, the boys team for Arlington is known for it, but it's just not a pressure league. The old GBL that I used to play in, every single team played full court man. So if you couldn't break a full court man press, you might as well pack it up and go home. So what they've got to do is they've got to make sure they've got a man press, and they got to work on it relentlessly and tirelessly in practice, and then you got to execute in the game. Good luck. Good luck.
Teams are going to have a good handle on the basketball to play against this Ponder team.
Well, certainly we aren't looking at the greatest team that's ever been assembled in high school with the Ponders, so obviously they're going to struggle, lose games, and what have you. And the teams that are going to do well against them are going to be experienced teams with fast players that can dribble the basketball and pass it. They're going to give them problems, but those players still going to have to play focused basketball and execute their plays, or else they too will be in trouble because they're in every passing lane. And they don't mind if they get beat backdoor once in a while. And a team that's willing to give up a backdoor every once in a while, those are dangerous teams and very unpleasant teams to play against.
That foul was against Michelle Mahoney, and Driscoll can't get it to go. The Ponders will come back down with the 30-point lead, 6:54 to go in this ball game.
And so you see Stoneham. Now, I'm not sure if they're a poor form shooting team. I would guess they're not. They're just so rushed in what they're doing. It appears that they're just throwing the ball up towards the basket, and I doubt that's the case. I think that's a product of the defense giving them problems.
And what we're seeing here, Scott, is although the Ponders will speed up the other team, they are able to not be sped up themselves, which is a little bit of a skill. We saw them run a very disciplined set that time.
Rob, honestly, what percentage of plays would you say that Arlington moved the ball where it was touched on both sides of the court? Because you know that there's a stat out there, and this is in the NBA. You can only imagine what it is at high school level. Anytime there's a possession, as we see a foul there, anytime there's a possession where the ball moves from one side of the court from the other, the chance of scoring for an NBA team go up 46%. It's a huge number.
It's a big number.
Huge number, okay? It's a big Doc Rivers stat. But, I mean, how many times did we – so if that's at the NBA level, we think is the high school level.
Yeah.
50, 55, 60 maybe. And how many times did you see it tonight? I would say over 50% of the time when they're half court set, it moved both sides.
Yeah, great point. Driscoll gets the second to go, 50-21. Diana Wicks bringing the ball down with her left hand. Let's keep track of this. Ponder's on the left side of the court. Will, with this pass, swing it over the right side of the court. Wicks will penetrate the middle, gets her shot blocked, and the Spartans will come the other way. Good hustle down the court that time by Farina, bothered the shot, and a foul will get called. Will send Driscoll to the line, but Farina did not quit, came up from behind, and almost poked the ball away.
Well, that's one of the things we've seen all night long for the Spy Ponders. When they make a mistake, when they miss a shot, when something doesn't go their way, they don't put their head down, they don't pout, they don't slow down. They move on to the next play, they keep their head up, hustle back, and do what they're doing. We saw it was, I believe it was Claire Ewan in the first half that demonstrated just exactly that. There was a mistake made. She sprinted up the court, beat everybody up the court, got fouled, made 2 free throws. I thought that if there was a turning point in a 30-point game, that was it. And that's kind of the motto that they've had, is move on to the next play. We're on to the next play. We don't wallow in mistakes.
Ava Connolly comes in to spell Diana Wicks. And I was impressed with Diana Wicks. She had 5 points in the second half, and she's a nifty little ball handler. 9 points for the game.
And another freshman.
And another freshman.
And another freshman.
Yeah.
So here we are throwing verbal bouquets, and justifiably so, at Ava Connolly and Claire Ewan. But certainly Diana Wicks has been super sensational herself.
Yeah.
And
splashed a three.
Splashed a three. Impressive stuff.
So the Ponders are now, the Spartans are now in the bonus. Ponders have 7 fouls in the second half. They hit the front end of the 1-and-1, make it 50-22. Makes that 50-23.
So I don't know if we can get a shot of the coaching staff in Arlington. This is the most pleasant time to coach a ball game. Up 30. Look at coach with the legs crossed, content look in her face. Sees a 3-ball go in. The bench goes bananas.
And that was Abby Ewan with the 3-ball.
So the threes are falling now. Nothing's dropped off. About to get your first win since 2015. It's a nice little move there by a Spartan.
Anthony Abatessa calls the travel on that play. Will erase that hoop for the Spartans.
Gosh.
He's calling him as he sees him.
He sure does. Down 30. Hey, maybe you shuffled a step there when you got knocked on almost on your keister, going for a deuce. My gosh. We only call him one way here. The right way. There you go.
Farina can't get it to go. Spartans will take a turn, down 30.
And still everyone playing the night. Look at this. And that's a good call. But again, I don't mind that foul. Player picks up their dribble. She's trying to mirror the ball. The arm goes forward, hits the player. Let her shoot her free throws. Good for you. You know, next time I'm not going to hit you. You're going to turn the ball over, and off we're going to go and score deuce the other way.
This is Kelly Powers at the line. So despite the big league, the Ponders are first to push the other team into the bonus with 8 fouls, maintaining their aggressiveness.
And then you see, you know, we're just talking about the positive energy of the Spy Ponders. You look over at the Spartans and down almost 30 points. Everyone's standing and cheering when someone's coming out. It seems genuine. No one's pointing fingers. No one's head is really down during the game. They've struggled mightily, and that bodes well for them moving forward. You can take a pasting like this and come out feeling good about the rest of the season. You're in good shape.
Ewan will tee it up and get it to go from the free throw line. Abby Ewan with another 2.
So Abby Ewan, the Ewan sisters, are demonstrating a tremendous shooting acumen in the second half, and maybe they're going to take the lead role in hitting outside shots. And if they do, look out. This team's going to be very tough to beat. because this kid knows how to play. Look at that pass.
And Michelle Mahoney gets it to go, and nice pass again by Connolly, 57-24.
So if you were to say, Rob, like just ballpark, we know the points Connolly's had, right? Give me Connolly's line: points, rebounds, assists, steals. Give me the 4 in that order: points, rebounds, assists. This is just ballpark.
Ballpark. I'm thinking she's 10, 8, 5.
And steals. 10, 8, 5.
10, 8, 5, 4.
I tell you, that's a conservative number. You know, the 10 is the
10 is
correct
points.
number. Okay.
10 is points.
So you know that for sure,
I know
right?
10.
Okay, so we know the 10. So the 10's there. Rebound, she was all over the place. I know I can remember 5 offensive rebounds in the first half alone, so I'm giving her 10. Points, rebounds, assists, saw a couple there. Lots of missed baskets. I think you're probably right on with 5. I'm going to go a little lower with 4. But steals, I mean, she must have had a dozen deflections that turned into steals. I'm going to go a little higher than you and go 7. But so let's split the difference there and say it's 10. Let's say it's 10, 7, 5, and 6.
The ACMi education channel, folks.
There it is. I mean, to add it up, I have to take my shoes and socks off, but
We got the math. We got the math down.
But I know that's a good line. I mean, that
Farina will go to the stripe.
I'd say it's pretty conservative, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't think.
Oh no, neither one of us went crazy on it.
This isn't crazy here.
That's a very good line. That's
if someone came up to you and said it was 10, 10, 7, and 9, you wouldn't faint and say, "Where did you get that from?"
Correct. As Farina Berries. So I have a question for you, Coach. If I can find where I'm keeping
Who's
track.
my ACMi player of the game?
No. Yeah. Well, that
That'd be a big
one
mystery.
That one will come. 3.5 minutes here to play. Can this kind of shooting? So we've really picked up the shooting in the second half. The 15-footers are starting to fall. The 18-footers are starting to fall. A couple threes starting to splash in. Can that kind of shooting momentum carry forward game to game?
No, most definitely. You know, there's a saying that one of the ESPN announcers, might have been Jay Billis, started with, once players see a ball go through the basket, right? You know, you see a lot of times the free throws in the NBA. Once the ball sees a player goes to the basket, they gain confidence. Their brain starts to see it go through, and muscle memory takes over. And you're seeing that here on the team level with the Spy Ponders. One player made it, and the other one, and it's no coincidence that the sisters that got going, seeing as that they're probably as simpatico as anyone on the team. Simply, they've been living together for 14 years. So most definitely, and then it's just going to be repetition. I'd have a practice with this team. It's got to look like a combination of track and then shooting.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Scott. So first team I've seen in a long time when they came out to warm up before the game, they started with defensive drills, not with shooting.
Why not?
Yeah. As the clock winds down here, and the Ponders have a 31-point lead. Mahoney will give it to Francesca, who will tee it up. Can't get it to go. Connolly saves the ball with an acrobatic move.
Little Mr. Bojangles there for her. Mrs. Bojangles. I don't know if she could dance. Look at Connolly's always in control of the basketball. Looking around, her head is on a swivel at all times. Makes passes with her left hand. That I've never seen. Have you ever seen that?
No. Motion offense here by the Ponders. Nice pass by Connolly underneath. Can't get it to go, but that was a good execution of the half-court set.
And then she makes it all the way back in front of her defender, and she's exhausted. Connolly's exhausted right now, Rob. I mean, I can tell.
And she will get expelled by Wicks as we speak.
And she should get a standing ovation because that is about as good a freshman debut as you can have at the varsity level. mean, it's important to understand here. This is varsity basketball. This isn't recreational basketball. This isn't, let's go down here and have a little bit of fun. This is competitive basketball. You have to earn your way on a varsity basketball team. You didn't earn her way on a team. She earned her way into a role of running an offense and guarding the other team's most impactful player, and did so tonight in a dynamic and special way.
So the freshman tonight accounting for 35 of the Ponters' 58 points so far. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ponters have gotten on the board, so a very balanced attack.
Yeah, and obviously the story here is the freshman, and it should be. I'm not going to back off of that. I'm not going to apologize for that. But, I talked to Coach Mortellette before the game, and she just really just gushed on and on about how her upperclassmen embraced these young players and wanted them to be part of this team. And more than anything else, that's why this is happening, because acceptance by your peers at this level means almost as much, sometimes more, than acceptance by the coach.
Wicks will emerge with the ball. Dribbling with both hands. Will she 3-up T? No, but she will dribble it into the lane and then back it out, run a little clock. Minute 40 left to play in the game. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Nice dish by Wick that time. Finds Farina underneath, who lays the ball confidently in the hoop off the glass.
Farina's starting to make that cut, expecting the ball. Her teammate knows where to get it from her. And again, this is different than practice. Practice is what it is. It's for preparing for a game, but nothing can prepare you for the speed of a game. Everything's a little bit faster. Everything's a little bit quicker. The officials are there, so the play stops, and it's just an adjustment. And now they're just starting to feel the ropes. Oh, okay, this is how I cut here. Oh, this is where I get the ball. And then the other player saying, oh, that's where you cut. That's where you get the ball. That's what teamwork and camaraderie is.
Spartans working around the horn. Under a minute left to play in the ball game. And, Anthony Abatessa is showing no quit here in the last minute of play. Calls a foul on the Ponders. And the Spartans will go to the line.
No, Anthony's not quitting at all. He's ready to go, baby. He's here to do a job. He's going to earn every nickel.
This is Marina Kerkorian at the line. Misses the first.
He'll be calling a foul as we're packing up the
traveling.
Leave.
It'll be traveling.
Yeah, traveling home.
Traveling home.
Traveling home.
In the cold. Nothing says basketball like 24-degree weather.
And I'll be burning rubber. Although, what's nice about these basketball games is, the nice and warm up here. No, I mean, I don't know. They could play 7 quarters for all I care. Those football games, I mean, they're playing them in September. I'm cold, They get to November. I mean, I'm a wreck. I'm nervous. I'm nervous before the games. Nervous. I'm nervous. That's how much of a little baby I am.
Well, Michelle Mahoney is not nervous. She cans the front end of the 1-and-1.
No.
Her second free throw of the ball game. Again, nice form. Let's see the routine here. She's got 4 bounces, a spin. Puts the ball under her chin, lets it fly, and does not draw her.
He throws up an air ball. But, Rob.
Sorry, Michelle.
If there was, Rob put the Major League Salem hex on you. But if you were to say, honestly, the one thing that was the most consistent throughout this ball game, other than the effort and pressure, it was the free throw shooting.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
They shot well from the beginning, and it never stopped.
Yes.
Right? I mean, what were they at one point? 8 for 9, something along those lines.
They were 8 for 10, and I'm going to wager right now they're 15 for 21, something like that. At some point after the game, I can count it up. That shows.
Are you going to have to take off your shoes and socks to count that?
If I take off my shoes and socks, that will get me to 10.
Well, 20. Why am I off here? 10 fingers.
10?
And you got 10 toes.
Oh, correct. Correct.
Wow.
This is the ACMi Education Channel. You call me professor. I'm going to have to give back my diploma.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my holy cow. Jeez.
I'm a statistics
guy. You don't get that joke?
I'm a statistics guy.
It's 10 years of telling that joke, and you never understood it.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking take off your shoes and socks, and then you have to count your toes. But there's no law that says that. We're getting punch drunk here. 3 seconds left to go in the ball game. And Demery puts the ball up, and with grace, no foul is called. And the Ponders will walk away with the win. And the final score, we have the Arlington Spy Ponders 61 and the Stoneham Spartans 27.
First win since the 2015-2016 season. Has to feel gratifying, especially for Coach Mortallette, who's in her 9th year. For the seniors on the team, new life, certainly hope springs eternal. We nailed it at the beginning of the broadcast, little did we know. And for the seniors, hope springs eternal. And for the freshmen, what was all the fuss about? This is easy peasy, and I come, we run around a little bit and get a big W, and they're going to be in for a big lesson because this is a tough league, and there's tough teams, and they're not going to be rolling over team 61-7. But certainly, considering where this team had come from last season to where they are right here tonight, I don't think it's possible to have a better opening game. I just don't.
Well, and hearkening back to the beginning of the broadcast, we said that they wanted to play up-tempo, play with pace, bring defensive pressure. And I struggle to think of any phase of the game where they didn't do what they set out to do tonight.
And do it well. It's not that they just did, they didn't just, they not only they attempted it and executed it sometimes, they did it well. The only thing they didn't do well is shoot open outside shots. And as a coach, that's the last thing I would ever worry about. Unless I had some tremendously horrible shooting team, and I had some of those, and I still didn't worry about it. Because I can't make a shooter, a non-shooter, and a shooter, and vice versa. So we're just going to take the shots when they're open, and if they go in, they don't. If they go in, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. And you saw this team make the adjustments tonight when they were missing. You see everyone saying, "Okay, you're going to miss. Now I'm going to get the rebound." And there are four players tipping the rebound around. They got a bunch of offensive rebounds.
ACMi player of the game, Scott?
Oh well, I mean,
Be careful here. I might have a different thought.
Well, mine and do I carry my Bing Bang Boom Award?
Spit it out. We were looking for a name.
All right. My Big Bang Boom Award goes to super sensational freshman Ava Connolly gets a bing and a bang and a huge boom.
And I'm going with super sensational freshman Claire Ewan, who led both teams in scoring with 19. Her sister Abigail Ewan. Family affair puts in 14, 33 for the Ewan family. I'm going to give it to the family. I'm going to give the nod to Claire.
Claire Ewan gets yours, and so that was my ACMi MVP award went to Ava Connolly. Your MVP award went to Claire Ewan, and so I'm going to give the Bing Bang Boom Award. Actually,
how many awards are we going to have here?
Well, we're going to. When we win 61-27, we're going to give a few out because I'll tell you something. We don't know how many more times this is going to happen. So let's toss the awards out tonight so we at least get them out. But I'm going to give a Bing Bang Boom Award because on a special night like this is going to go to senior Claire Ewan.
Freshman killer. Abigail.
Abby's a senior?
Abby's a senior.
I'm sorry. I got it marked wrong on my scorebook of the many things I did wrong tonight. So, yeah, Abby Ewan. I think, and the reason I want to give the extra award is that, and we talked about this before with the Ewan sisters, certainly one of the reasons Claire Ewan is so confident out there and so at home is certainly because she's been around Abby Ewan her whole life, playing with these kids, playing with these seniors. This moment isn't too big for her. She's been waiting. When is it my turn? That's what that's her thought. When was it my turn out there? I can do this, and she had the confidence in it. She's worked hard, and it showed.
So one final thought for me, and then we'll wrap the show. Interested to get your reaction as we talk about players of the game, and I'm calling out points. Part of me almost feels that this is wrong. I mean, this is a team that really set up this win with a decisive, stifling defense, and it takes really a whole team effort to do that. And I would say I would give my Bing Bang Boom award to the whole team and the chemistry and the unselfishness of the team and the willingness to come sell out for the team by playing defense, which not every player does, not every team does. And that was more than anything what was spectacular to me about this win.
Well, you say sell out, and I'm sure there's people listening to the broadcast saying, these guys are selling out. They're giving these awards out all over the place. I tell you, folks, we do these broadcasts straight up, and we're going to call it straight up. And when we don't see an effort like that, that's special to us, we're not going to make one up. And so I think that is absolutely deserved, especially from a team, that struggled. They didn't get a win last year. And so when you come through and show like this, yeah, you know what? Tonight, this special night, this is a time when, maybe an extra award goes out. Maybe you say a whole team gets an award, and then you enjoy it, and then you move forward. And that's what we're going to do, too. We're going to come out every broadcast saying, hey, look, get ready to see the greatest show on earth, But for tonight, for this moment, for this day, this was special.
And so, speaking of moving forward, the next game for Arlington will be December the 19th. They will play at Melrose. Their next home game will be December the 21st. They will play against Watertown. We'd love to see you down here, folks, at the Kozlowski Gymnasium, and we will leave it at that. So, for my partner, the coach, Scott Zwick, I am Rob Anthony, and tonight's final score, once again, the Arlington Spy Ponders 61, the Stoneham Spartans 28. And stay tuned with us for the postgame show.
And we're back. Welcome to the ACMi postgame show. My name is Scott Zwick. I'm here with senior captain Ellie Demaray. And Ellie, congratulations on a big win. Tell us a little bit about the transition from a struggling team last year to a fast start this year.
It's been really good. It's really nice to start with this energetic start. Coming off of last year, I think we brought a lot of energy, and we're really focused on right now and looking forward into the future with this new team. So I'm really excited.
Tell me a little bit about what the freshmen mean to this team. There's so many freshmen. There's 4 on the team, and many contributing a lot of minutes and contributions. Tell me about the transition that's been for you as a leader on the team and them as youngsters.
The freshmen have been really exciting to work with. They all bring so much energy and so much talent to our program, and they really push everyone, the returners and the other freshmen in the program. It's really nice to have new people come in and be ready to play and have that positive energy we need.
Well, the positive energy was certainly there tonight. You showed it. The whole team showed it. Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
Oh, that's right. We're here at Studio B, and you're watching ACMi. My name is Alec Delphinik.
And we're back. I'm here with super sensational freshman Claire Ewan. Claire, wonderful game tonight. You got to play a varsity basketball game with your sister, a senior. Tell us a little bit about what growing up together might have prepared you for this game.
Yeah, Abby has always been kind of a positive influence, kind of pushing me to do my best and really making me a better player. So I'd like to thank her for kind of like getting me to this point now.
That's great. Well, certainly she got you here, but you did the big work. Yeah. Tell us about how it felt to be out there in the varsity action, fast and furious like it was.
Yeah, I've kind of always liked to go 100% and I've always gone really fast, I kind of just like going that fast.
Well, you certainly went fast and were very successful. Congratulations on a first opening game, a fantastic win, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll be back right after this. And we're back. I'm here with another super sensational freshman, Ava Connolly. Ava, phenomenal game. Tell us a little bit about what it was like as a freshman out there in your first varsity action.
It was nerve-wracking, of course, in the beginning. I was really nervous, but the nerves, they're always there. But once I was in the game, it was fine. We were just playing, and it was really fun.
Well, it seemed really fun, but your intensity level was very, very high. Is that something that you've always brought to the game of basketball, high intensity and effort?
Yeah, I like to bring 100% effort and a lot of intensity always to the game.
Well, certainly showed, and you had a wonderful game. You were my ACMi player of the game, so congratulations for that. So congratulations on a big win, 1-0 as a varsity member, and we look forward to hearing from you, talking to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Back right after this.
Welcome to Arlington Public News. I'm Brenda Mahoney.
And I'm Paul Werlin. Thanks for joining us here at the historic Jefferson Cutter House in Arlington Center.
Everybody in town is looking forward to the upcoming solar eclipse later this month.
What kids find fun means a lot of work for those who have to clean up.
What makes this camp special is the time kids spend with the police and fire departments.
A group of 26 Japanese exchange students filled the studio and control room here at ACMi.
Pasquale went in the goal. The Ponders have scored, they've won.
Out of the changes, the Hawklight is the most confusing to Arlingtonians. After spending the morning with the Arlington Fire Department, I'll make sure to thank the firefighters I come across next for the constant work they put in to keep us all safe.
All four projects also encourage pedestrians and cyclists to think about pathways and what they mean.
Students are invited to take yarn, wrap it around any of the poles that they identify with.
As you can see, Arlington Public News is right in the heart of your community.
And welcome back. This is Rob Anthony. I'm here with Coach Amanda Mortalet. Amanda, thank you for joining us. And a big decisive win here on opening night. Did you see this coming?
I know we've been preparing really hard in the preseason. I know we had a lot of, we have a good freshman class that came up. So you kind of never know with freshmen, you know what I mean? So it's hard to tell if we saw it coming. I knew we would play hard. It was just kind of see how the game went after that.
Let's talk about the game a little bit. You came out with a very stifling defensive effort. Looked like Stoneham had a hard time even getting the ball over half court to start the game. That has to be what you were looking to do coming into tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we stress all season just defense, defense, defense. We work really hard on that. The girls really buy into it. They worked really hard together as a team. I thought they did that, but really I think that kind of puts teams on the edge. They're always thinking about where's the next pass going. And so, we do work really hard on that, but I thought they played it exceptionally well tonight.
And let's talk about the other end. 61 is a very respectable number of points to put on the board. It looked like in the second half the basket really started to open up and the shots started to fall. Talk about your team's scoring potential.
So I think, nerves played a little bit of it in the first half, probably the first quarter. We shot the ball a little bit too early in our offense. Probably took a couple shots that we didn't want to. And so, and again, it was just nerves. So second half, I think we moved the ball a little bit better. We got a couple fast break points that kind of opens things up. I think we can be very balanced. Like, I never know who my leading scorer is going to be. You know what I mean? It can be a different girl on a different night. So I think we moved the ball really well. I think, again, getting fast break points kind of helps out. If you get an easy layup, you're more confident for that next jumper and the free throws too. So
And it's going to be a long season. Great start to the season. You have Melrose next on the 19th. Where does this win take you? Where do you go from here?
So I think we kind of earlier today we said we have to set the tone for the season tonight, and I think we came out and did that. I think they played hard defense the entire time. That's where we're relentless. We're not going to give up. We took the press off a little bit, but I still think our half-court defense was really good. So I think their challenge is to keep coming back from that, and I really think they will. I think them as a team, they want to win. They want to play hard. They want to win, and so I think they'll prepare every game for the next one. It's early in the season, so we don't know a ton about Melrose. They were strong last year. I know they'll be strong again. So.
Well, thank you, Coach Mortalet, for joining us. And we will now close the broadcast. For Scott Zwick, my name is Rob Anthony, here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium. The final score, Arlington Spy Ponders 61, Stoneham Spartans 28.